Well, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly about Uber. San Antonio, about midnight, New Year's Eve, firecrackers going off. Been doing Uber since Christmas Day of this year, 2015. This might ramble on and go on a little bit, but this is just my experience with Uber. It's going to thrill some people, it's going to really disappoint or possibly anger some people. I don't know. There are some fantastic parts about Uber. I've met so many people in this week I've been doing it. In fact, my very first fella I picked up on the very north side of San Antonio, Christmas morning, 7 o'clock. I didn't know what to expect. He just opened up the back, threw his bag in, plopped right down in the front seat. I was like, alrighty then, cool. I told him I wasn't from here, and he, in a real broken English or broken accent, he didn't speak very good English. He asked where I was from. I said Odessa, Texas, and he looked at me really strange. He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." Come to find out, he was from Odessa, Ukraine. So I thought that was interesting. I'll never forget it. It was fun. This whole thing, this whole experience has been really fun. But man, this is good for the passengers. Uber is good for, I guess, themselves. They're a $50 billion company or whatever. But pay-wise for the drivers, no, it ain't there. I watched probably 2 or 3 dozen different videos about people, drivers, praising it, saying they've made all this wonderful money, $500, $600, $700 a week. They, on their first week, they went in and quit their jobs. If you were into Uber or thinking about getting into it, try it before you quit your job. Do not quit your day job. Even if it sucks, don't quit your day job until you try it. It's, like I said, pay-wise, it's not what it's cracked up to be. Admittedly, my first day, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was chasing the little red surging areas, and you don't ever chase the red surging areas. Because by the time you get to the red surging areas is gone, and so is your gas tank. I put like 150 miles, 175 miles. I think I grossed $38. Grossed. That's not even including gas. In 14 hours. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just I'm a newbie. Okay, well, yeah, I am a newbie, but at the same time, it doesn't take very much talent or skill to drive for Uber. You just drive and be friendly to people and tell stories or play music or whatever they want. And that's about it. You get them there as quickly as possible. I've not had any complaints from anybody. I wound up having I'm right at a 4.91 on my star rating. And like I said, everybody's really friendly, but it just doesn't pay. You know, you go downtown and you get an Uber ride request, and like I said, I'm in San Antonio. For me, it's a big city. Downtown, it's just crowded, lots of one-way streets, and you get this minimum fare of $4.70 cents, no matter what. And these people literally want you to drive them down to the end of the road. And what takes you 5 minutes to get there, 5 minutes in traffic, 5 minutes, it takes overall a minimum 15 minutes for a $4.75 fare, of which Uber takes $1 off the top, and then 20% off of that, so you're at $2.50 maybe. You say, well, yeah, $2.50, great, time to do that 6 times an hour. It doesn't work that way. You might get 3, 4, maybe at best, and that's not including gas. I'm not going to do this anymore. Today I put 203 miles on my car today. it was finally hopping. Here on New Year's Eve, it was finally hopping one after another. Bam, 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 bam. Pull over to get coffee. I'm at 88 bucks. Been on the road. I've been on call on with it clicked on for about 9-10 hours. So say 90 less the $20 in gas, 70 bucks in 10 hours. $7 an hour for what would normally be overtime. And then that's not including wear and tear on the vehicle, oil changes, tires, brakes, that sort of thing. I don't know where these people get these on these YouTube videos where y'all say y'all make these gigantic $150, $200, $300 a day. It's been surging all over San Antonio, and I hadn't seen any. I mean, the biggest ride I had 3 or 4, 2 or 3 $20 ones, 15, a couple of 5s. That's it. I've not seen it. Now, I have noticed this. Every time you go online or make yourself available, the first thing they show you on that Uber app, as far as the driver's side of it, is the $sign, how much money you made your last trip at the bottom. At the top, it's this big old, just a banner. It says, sign up, every one of your friends get $200 a piece. And it's there every single time. So the only thing I can come up with is Uber, for now anyways, as good of a concept as it is, for now, it still must be in a growth period. It's like a pyramid scheme to me. All these guys making these so-called big bucks, which that's not what they say. It's not that big of bucks. It almost certainly has to be that they are just signing up more and more people. I mean, $200. I've made 180 this week, and I've worked it every single day, a minimum of 8 or 9 hours, up to 13 or 14 hours, and almost all of it's night work. So it's the only way that I can see that these people are getting this kind of money is with signing up other people. The latest I've heard, and I'm sure my statistics are off a little bit, there's roughly 250,000 drivers. Uber, I'm sure that's worldwide. The predictions, they're wanting to have, I don't know, like 1 million or 2 million or 5 million, I don't know, a bunch. Way more than they have right now. And maybe once enough people get used to it, they could make the rates more reasonable. But I mean, good grief, downtown, I'm picking up these people over and over again for my cut being about $2.75. They're tired because they're holding all these bags, and it look like they've got at least $2,000 or $3,000 worth of shit. I'm quite certain they're not going to be that concerned about paying $4.75 versus $9.75 to go down the block. They don't care. So hopefully Uber will learn to compensate, because as for me, I'd just soon go get a minimum wage job and work during the daylight hours as opposed to this. This is nuts. They're going to have to, the market is going to have to adjust to keep enough Uber people around. Like I said, almost every video I've ever seen about Uber drivers, it's yeah, great, make lots and lots of money. These people are either lying and getting paid to do it, but they ain't paying me. So I don't have anything good to say about the pay as far as, paying the drivers. It's just not worth it. Even if you had a freaking Prius getting 50 miles a gallon, it's still not worth it. Even if they double, I've been making, until today, I've averaged it out. I think like I said, like $7-8 an hour. And this is booming day. You can see all the fireworks. It's freaking New Year's. And 9-10 hours into this, making $7 an hour. It's just, I'll make more off of this video because of my YouTube channel than I will just to keep spinning my wheels, pun intended, for Uber. Uber, even Lyft, it's a great concept. I get it. People love it. Around here, I've not met one person that didn't love Uber. The riders absolutely love it. It's cheap and it's quick. They hate the taxis. Everyone, I've asked them, there's nothing else to do. I've asked these people, how long you been doing Uber? Do you use it often? When'd you start? What was it like? Did you ever use taxis? Everybody hated the taxis. The taxis would take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours to get there. They would have the discretion on whether or not to accept your ride at all. Apparently, the mayor of San Antonio, a while back, or maybe the same mayor, I don't know. At one time, the mayor of San Antonio apparently owned a taxi cab, and is what booted Uber out of San Antonio to begin with several months ago for about 6 months, and people hated it. The taxis suck. So, like I said, maximum of 10 minutes to get somewhere to a rider. They love it, and everybody's really, really friendly, extremely friendly. I only had one rude lady, and I don't know what crawled up her ass and died, but something did. But that's her problem, not mine. I've probably done 40 or 50 rides. I'm guessing maybe it's more. I really don't know. I'm kind of delirious at the moment. That's why I'm heading home. But everybody's really nice. But that one lady, like I said, I'm sure she's the one that downrated me, but that's okay, because I downrated her too, because when I pulled up to her apartment, I waited and waited and waited, and after 10 minutes of being literally right on top of the icon where it said she was in this apartment, I text her, hey, I'm here at the gate. She calls me and says, drive into the back, building 14. Well, I'm at building 1. I'm like, you could have said something earlier when that little message says rider has been notified. And that's what you're going to get a lot is most people would say, here's the gate code, second house on the right, whatever. I'd say about half. The other half, they just don't care. Another thing new Uber drivers, another thing to consider is the GPS system for Uber absolutely sucks. Almost every time you're at least 100 yards or so from where the actual rider is. But they topped it off today. I was 1.4 miles away from where I was supposed to be. And the only thing I could do, and if I was you, I'd do this, is make sure whenever you show up, and they were a little irritated but not angry, and I apologized profusely. So I don't know what else to do other than go exactly by where it tells me to go. And I showed them on the map. I held my phone up and showed them. They could see where the interstate was. The dot showed to be over here, the address they gave me, and we're over here. I showed them 1.4 miles away. So use that to your advantage. Again, not mad at Uber. I'm not angry, but this can hopefully, if Uber people watch their criticism, it's just constructive criticism. You're gonna have to fix the GPS, because it makes the drivers frustrated. It makes the riders frustrated. And another thing, you'll be driving along the interstate literally 60, 65 miles an hour, and there's traffic everywhere. Your beep goes off, boom, you hit it. Well, as soon as you hit it, you should have taken that exit that was right next to you as soon as you hit it. And by the time it gives you the map on where you need to go, it's too late. You've already passed it. And so now you got to scramble and try to take the next exit, which takes you to a bunch of U-turns and turnarounds. And by then the driver's like, we'll follow. He's watching your little car. He's like, screw it. And they'll cancel the ride. And so you've wasted that time. You've already made it to the other exit trying to turn around, and they cancel. So, it's frustrating things like that. Another frustrating thing, on Christmas Day, it was late that evening, actually it's well into the next day. The bars were closing. I get a tag, an Uber request, so I hit my deal, and it's about 10 minutes away. And that's doing 65 miles an hour, not getting very good mileage. And so by the time I get there, I pick up these two drunk ladies. They're nice, don't get me wrong, not judging, but just pick them up. And they want to ride down the block to their house. which is, again, cool because at least they weren't driving